This is a Kiss original on 101.9 Kiss FM. The geekdom is spreading. It is present at almost every turn. And it's only a matter of time before it comes for you.
Nothing in our solar system can help us.
Let the Geek Patrol be your guide as you delve into the worlds of science, gaming, and pop culture. This is Geek Tank Radio.
Welcome, everyone. We are the Geek Patrol, and our microphones don't have a stun setting. This season of Geek Tank Radio is brought to you by Spinach Eggnog. Make family dieting easy this season with Spinach Eggnog. Each serving contains 3,000 calories, but your kids will never taste a drop. Wasting food has never been more honorable. Spinach Eggnog. I mean, I'm getting
I threw up in my mouth.
Just seeing green teeth from my house.
Go green.
All right,
yeah,
all right.
exactly. So.
I was gonna say something, but that's just a smooth.
I was going to say something, but I can't because my mouth is full of vomit.
People pay $15 a pint for this stuff over at Smoothie King.
I was gonna say it's this is. I was expecting something disturbing and disgusting, Joe. This sounds like half the stuff that
You'd be all over this.
Any yoga class is drinking this out.
Did you find this on Goop?
The spinach cleanse. Don't they do this before a colonoscopy?
Yes.
Blast it out of there. So
yes.
Anyway,
spinach smoothies.
24 hours prior, you have spinach.
All right.
It's called the Master Blaster.
There you go. It is spinach.
Yeah.
It is kale. It's egg whites, and it's milk, and that's what they give you to clean your system out before you go in.
Okay, we may need to repackage this thing. But anyway, welcome to Geek Tank, everybody. Yeah.
I just think someone tried to put a holiday spin on it. Did they put any like pumpkin spice in it?
No,
maybe some nutmeg.
We hit that with the motor oil
Yeah,
last week. So,
A little bit. No. Last week we had
Buttermilk.
Last week we had Groot's self-decorating Christmas
oh,
tree
that's
line.
right. I'm sorry.
And
yeah.
like I predicted in our outline, something less funny than last week.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. See, that's what happens. Anyway, welcome to Geek Tank, everybody. So one thing that I think is going to be funnier than last week is your trailer park. Is this the new segment? Is that
It's kind of an extension of Locked and Loaded.
It's some pretty good stuff on there, actually. It seems like we're all kind of on the same page. Crisis on Infinite Earth is unfolding.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a run through. Andy's going to complain about the Smallville. It's going to be a fun thing.
Yeah, Netflix. Alan's Science is not as shocking as I would have thought. This is a very I'm not going to tell you what, but we've got gaming, and we're going to have, I think, maybe a somewhat philosophical discussion on the nature of art. Go figure. Anyway, it's all coming at you next on Geek Tank Radio.
Geek Tank Radio. More below. And on 1019kissfm.com. Keyword Geek Tank. No matter what nefarious plan he has cooked up, Alan always keeps it educational. Get banished to Professor Gilbreth's Science Corner.
Alrighty. I've been waiting to do this story for a while.
You say that a lot, Alan.
I'm kind of excited about this one, though.
Yeah.
Synthetic frogs. Their time has come.
Okay, well,
Okay.
I mean, I've been watching The Mandalorian, Alan, and you're late to the party on this one. So,
No,
okay.
I didn't say edible frogs.
Oh, gotcha.
I said
Okay.
synthetic frogs.
All right.
Hey,
All right. Let's harken back to the day, Joe.
We got synthetic foods coming across the board. Why not synthetic frogs for the Mandalorian?
There you go.
child?
Let's harken back to that day. Turn the Wayback Machine on, Joe. Way back.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when you had to dissect stuff in school?
Oh, yeah. Do they
And
still do that today?
And they came out of that nasty smelling bucket, and it greatly resembled rubber.
Formaldehyde.
All right.
or
Well,
whatever.
and it took like 3 weeks to get that formaldehyde smell out from under your nails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or to get the
Yeah.
images out of your mind.
Well, all right.
yeah,
well,
okay.
how about a hyper-realistic synthetic frog?
Okay.
Since we have the technology today to 3D print anything on the planet, let's take a dissected frog, let's reproduce all of the little innards, and let's create a synthetic frog. And now you can dissect it over and over and over again. You get the same experience, just less disgusting.
Okay. It sounds a lot like that episode of The Office where Dwight cut up that CPR dummy or something. So is that the same idea here?
Well, that's exactly. Now picture instead of the great big giant human-sized and shaped CPR dummy,
Right.
you now have basically your little rubberized frog
Right.
And you can go through all of the steps of disassembling said
Yeah.
little frog.
Okay.
And the thing is, you didn't actually disassemble a real frog.
Well, okay. This seems like this is something they probably would have already had, though, wouldn't they?
Well,
I guess somebody just had to take the time to make it.
Well, the manufacturing quality has changed so drastically in the last 5 years. Something that before would have been kind of chunky and rubbery looking and looked more like it came out of a fun shop can now be very hyper realistic and give a student a chance to actually work with things without them falling apart, like organic material does.
Right.
You can take him apart, and the best part, you can play Dr. Frankenstein and put him back together again.
So you can attach electrodes.
Well, you're not gonna bring it back to life. It was never alive.
Okay.
Having been in the biological field for many, many years, I'm really excited about this. It's, a high school student isn't going to go home reeking of formaldehyde for weeks upon end.
That's true, yeah.
Which, trust me.
Oh, I don't think it's fair. They should have to.
Just because you had to.
No, if I was a science teacher while they were working on their synthetic, dissections, I'd be walking around with a spray bottle full of it, just like misting their bags.
Okay, there you go.
But I'm a dick, so.
Oh my God.
So you can truly say no frogs were hurt.
You
in this
can say
experiment.
no frogs were harmed in the making of this. You can save them for your baby Yoda.
Okay.
So, while I understand certain things are necessary to learn, and, having recently been said test subject on a table, I appreciate that there were learning curves long before they got to me.
Yeah.
I think this is fantastic. I think this is a great way to get new people interested in the field.
Yeah.
Without the turnoffs.
Alan, I don't know why we've never discussed this before, but why did we dissect frogs? What is that teaching us about? I know
it's basic anatomy.
Well, I get that, but I mean, what is a frog have similarities to people?
Yes,
or is there
drastically? As a matter of fact, it's pretty much a human track in miniature. They just got better legs.
Okay.
So,
yeah. Than you, yeah.
Well, sorry. Right now, pretty much anybody has better legs than me.
Okay.
Baby Yoda has better legs than me. We walk at about the same speed. I just watching this, and I was looking at this as they went through, and I was going, I've got to say, when it comes to a learning tool, and there's a lot of learning tools out there that I really don't have a great deal of respect for. There's just a lot of things that we've tried, and you just kind of look at it and go,
no.
The old school way was better. This one I'm looking at, and I'm going, all right, J. Mitchell High School in Florida, y'all were the first ones to use this. It's Sin Frog. He's anatomically correct. You can play with his little internal organs. And
Sin Frog.
Yep. Sindover is the name of the company, is the model maker that designed this little guy. And, some people really got into the science side of things. They loved going out in the field and taking the samples and raising stuff in the aquarium. They really started getting into the biological sciences. And then you lose a lot of people. You just really turn them off with just basically how nasty it was, dissecting the worm, the frog.
Yeah.
We did a shark one year.
The pig.
Oh, yeah, the baby pigs.
We had girls crying in class.
Oh, yeah, that usually
Yeah.
traumatized at least 70% of the class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now with synthetics, you can just bring out a cadaver.
You could have a sin human.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I don't know, man. It's getting...
It's not like we're putting life into them, dude. No, Andy, we're not going to dissect you here on the table, even though Alan's
that would cause just a little bit of a problem for somebody? You can have the teacher tell them all day long, it's a synthetic human. It's not real. It's a fake body.
Yeah.
It still looks like a body.
Yeah, there's going to be trauma involved here.
But you took that class because you're going to be a doctor. And I want you to experiment with that sin human all you want before you get to the Allen human.
Yeah. I'm
I think
just,
it's okay. If it were a medical course, that's different. But I'm talking about like 7th grade.
No.
No, we're talking about the
You don't even
frog.
you don't even dissect in 7th grade now.
Yeah, I'm talking about the high school biology class.
Your AP biology class is the only way you get to dissect. Nobody takes AP biology unless you're going into the medical field.
You're thinking about it, but a lot of people just the horror of just the smell of that bucket, as I recall.
That bucket was disgusting.
I'm just thinking of the
We did-
practical jokes you could pull with some of this stuff too. I mean,
Well, Joe, it's not. Leave it to Joe to come up with a practical reason.
Why is it the Gryffindor always goes, watch this?
oh, like people didn't.
Because let's be honest, the Gryffindors are the equivalent of hold my beer.
Yeah,
That's what Gryffindor translates to, right?
yeah. We can't all be Ravenclaws, Alan. Or well, we
he's a
know who
Slytherin, I'm a
yeah,
Ravenclaw.
he's Slytherin. Right.
That's like,
What
I
are
beg
you, Andy?
I beg your pardon.
I was a Ravenclaw.
Awesome.
I beg your pardon.
Okay.
I'm the one that provided the frogs. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And they just happen to be
I'm
old
curious.
students.
I wonder how much these things would cost. You know.
I'm sure the cost is going to come drastically down because I'm pretty sure if I were running a high school or running a teaching program that needed these, man, having something that was reusable instead of having to buy that stuff every year again and again and again, that's got to save you some money.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the long run, I mean,
I'm sure preserved dead animals are expensive.
Yeah. So these must be like 3D printed or something like
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Well, yeah, they are model made and they are completely anatomically correct. So, my hat is off to them. Power on the Sun Frog.
Geek Tank Radio energized by
Dark Oak Press and Media, an indie publisher and media provider offering everything from Alice in Memphis to mystery to young adult and everything in between. Get the latest at darkoakpress.com.
More Below and on 1019kissfm.com. Keyword Geek Tank. Gadgets,
Gizmos?
games.
Oh my.
These guys got their hands on it in the tank. Geek Tank Radio is on.
So we had the Game Awards last night.
did we?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it happened.
It happened.
I mean-
Can't go back now.
No.
Don't turn it back.
Oh yeah, ton of those.
Ton of world premieres. I think we need to start though with the actual awards.
We would start with
and
the
then
actual
we'll get
awards
into the
first.
trailers.
So, do we want to do the big one first?
Yeah, let's
okay,
dive right
so
in.
your game of the year for 2019 was Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
Of course, it was up against Control, Resident Evil 2, Super Smash Brothers, Death Stranding, and The Outer Worlds. So
I still say the Outer Worlds should have won.
And I still say that just because Resident Evil 2, it's a remake, it shouldn't have been.
it shouldn't even been nominated. But
Well, okay, I've seen stuff saying that, but I've also seen that because it was so vastly different from its original,
it felt like a new game.
it felt like a new game.
But I'm just thinking that we should open up a whole new category at this
Yes.
point.
for remakes.
For remakes.
Yeah, I agree.
Because now we'll dive into the trailers because we're getting another remake in the trailers. But I think the reason why Sekiro was probably the best winner of the group.
I will say Sekiro is a really, really good game.
Yeah, and it's being now like, if you want to,
It's being copy-pasted, yeah.
into other games. You see, Jedi Fallen Order is exactly like Sekiro. Well, yeah, but we understand like that's a really good game mold,
Yeah.
especially for an FPS
It's a
fighter game.
It is copying a proven method for success.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, much like we saw with, Spider-Man and all those
Right,
mechanics
yeah,
kind of being
yeah. Well,
copy-pasted.
yeah, a lot of action games copied the Batman Arkham combat style, very much like Spider-Man did.
Our multiplayer game went to Apex Legends. Over Tetris 99, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Borderlands 3, and Tom Clancy's The Division.
Okay, out of that list, I would say Apex is probably
Probably the best,
The
right?
best choice.
I think that's probably the best. Ongoing game went to the cancer,
Fortnite. Awful.
This was over Final Fantasy's
Final Fantasy 14.
14, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Apex Legends, and Destiny 2. Which I was surprised it won over Destiny 2. To be honest.
I'm surprised that Apex won best multiplayer game
And not
and not best ongoing game.
ongoing game. I know. I would go narrative, but the one that won Disco Elysium,
I haven't played it.
I don't know anything about it. So maybe it's great.
It
I
said best narrative?
don't- narrative. And
Over
this one,
what?
Over Control, over Death Stranding, over The Outer Worlds, and over The Plague Tale: Innocence.
Plague Tale had a really good story.
Which, that's what I'm saying. Like, story-wise, Control...
But Control had a great story.
Mads Mikkelsen obviously winning performance.
Yeah, that was fine.
I was, like we said when we were talking about him, we wouldn't be mad. And that's pretty much where I'm going to stop there. Sports racing game went to Crash Team Fuel Racing Nitro, which is just great because Crash Bandicoot won. Soundtrack went to Death Stranding. That's really the only thing that it won, really, of note.
Well, I mean, Hideo Kojima won Best Director.
Best Director. Fighting game went to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which I think we all kind of agreed that that's where that one would go. Mobile game went to Call of Duty Mobile.
That's weird.
Yeah, which I thought was kind of weird. I think they just kind of had to give them something, Action Adventure went to Sekiro. Art design. This is where we said, oh, you know what? Death Stranding has this in the bag.
Yeah.
Nope. Call of Duty Modern Warfare went audio design.
Oh, audio design. I thought you said art design. I was like, what?
No. Art direction went to Control.
Oh, see that one it absolutely did. The whole thing with like non-Euclidean geometry and stuff that they did in Control was crazy awesome. What was the other one I saw? Oh, my favorite award of the night, DMC5 won Best Action Game. Mm-hmm. I was so happy for that because it absolutely deserved it.
Yep, and that one over Astral Chain, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Metro Exodus, Apex Legends, and Gears 5. RPG, again, that went to Disco Elysium, and that one for indie game as well. I guess I got to play it.
Maybe we should play this game.
Apparently. Because it also won independent game. VR game went to Beat Saber.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Friggin' addictive.
Community support. We said it should probably go to Apex Legends, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
I know it went to Destiny 2.
Destiny 2.
Which is so weird to me.
Yeah. Those are
Game Twitter was going off because, in their minds, the best, online support is Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
But I still think it
because
should've.
Square actually pays attention when its players say something.
Well, get ready because Final Fantasy is now in the trailers, which is where we're going.
Yes.
The Final Fantasy VII Remake trailer got
yes.
released.
The new trailer for Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Again, looks gorgeous.
It does. It looks gorgeous. The combat looks great. I cannot wait to play this game. This was the game that got me hooked into, because before Final Fantasy VII, games for me were like, oh, I do this with my friends.
Right.
Right? Or I played Mario and stuff like that, but for the most part, I was playing Zelda and, or not Zelda, but Smash Brothers and things like that.
And we all had to get in, hey, did you know that this block moves in Zelda? It was very co-op,
But then Final Fantasy VII came along, and that was the game that got me into story-based games.
And we were so happy because he disappeared for 2 months.
Well, we also got the world premiere of the new Xbox.
Yes, the Xbox Series X, which is the dumbest name that I've ever heard.
And it
for a game
looks
console.
much like a box.
Well, it looks like a PC tower.
Yeah,
it just looks like a PC.
Yeah.
So, first of all, why did you name this the Series X? It's just going to confuse people with the Xbox One X.
Yeah, because when a kid goes up and goes to mom or dad who maybe is not as knowledgeable about this kind of stuff,
and they go, I want an Xbox.
I want an Xbox X.
Right.
Are they talking about the One X or are they talking about Series X? Because quite honestly, you're talking about a $200 difference here.
Yeah, it's a $200 difference, and obviously a lot of hardware changes and stuff. But
so I don't know. I'm now interested to see where PlayStation 5 goes.
It's going to be called the PlayStation 5 because they're smart.
Yes.
They actually want people to buy the
Well, no, they
stuff.
they had the trailer for Godfall, which looks really interesting, very pretty.
Very pretty.
That is the first official launch title that we know of for the PlayStation 5.
Right.
Because in the trailer for Godfall, they said Godfall Holiday 2020 PlayStation 5.
Oh, I guess so. There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The other pretty cool trailer that I saw was Senua's Saga, the Hellblade 2.
Yes, Hellblade 2 Senua's Saga.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna cover more of that,
I think
mental health ground.
Big question is which of these games that look really good is Brody actually going to play, and which of them is he just going to watch you play?
Probably Godfall. I'll probably play Godfall.
Godfall looks fun. Godfall looks like it's going to be multiplayer.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of
the
a
trailer
Destiny
looked like.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Going on. I'll probably watch Ruined King, the League of Legends story.
Yeah.
I'll probably watch that play. We got another
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure I'm
No
butchering
interest
how to say
whatsoever with Gears Tactics.
No.
None whatsoever. Humankind looks interesting, but you're right, Brandon. That's probably one I'll probably watch.
Yeah.
It looks neat, but
yeah. The Ghost of Tsushima trailer looked really cool. I'm interested in the kind of like feudal Japan, stealth gameplay of that.
No interest to play Shark, the Man-Eater gameplay, the Shark RPG thing.
No.
Warframe Empyrean. I can't get into Warframe, so I'm totally not into that one. Control Expeditions. Me.
That one I didn't see. Was that a spinoff of Control?
No. Player Unknown's next game, which is called Prologue, looks actually pretty good. It's like an experimental unit within PUBG kind of thing.
Yeah.
We got a 30-second little teaser trailer for that, which looks intriguing nonetheless.
So we also got two kind of teaser trailers for what looked to be, I can't tell if they're horror games or if they're more, but they have like, I think one is going to be more of an action game and one is a horror game. So the first one was called New World.
Yeah.
And it was like this whole island thing where there's this like dark like this
Eternum awaits.
This like red jewel thing that like causes people to like go evil or something.
Yeah.
But it looks kind of cool.
So it's a Republican convention.
Pretty much. Are you gonna...
But the other one was called Sons of the Forest.
Oh, yeah,
that looks like a horror game.
Yeah.
And really genuinely scary.
Well, I think this new action game, Naraka, Blade Point.
Yeah.
They should have named it Baraka and just left it alone. 9 to 5 looks meh. We get a new Magic Legends of MMO game.
Meh.
Yeah.
Apex Legends also released.
There's
holiday
no one is ever going to make an MMO that is going to dethrone World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
So they should
are
probably
you talking about Sons of Forest?
Until they finally give us the World of StarCraft.
Huh?
Until they finally give us World of StarCraft.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
or they would probably call it like Stars of StarCraft or something.
Yeah, something lame.
System of StarCraft.
One that I felt like you would be really excited about, Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
No More Heroes 3.
Well, yeah. I am, but it's at the same time I didn't see anything new in this trailer in comparison to the stuff we've been seeing. But yeah, No More Heroes 3 is going to be it's going to be awesome.
Were you excited at all about the Elder Scrolls Online going Skyrim?
Nah.
Okay. And then
it pretty much plateaued with Skyrim. Anything they do from then on is always just going to be, well, they did it better in Skyrim.
Bethesda itself plateaued at Skyrim.
Right.
Because after that they made Fallout 4, which was like
Skyrim.
And then we got Fallout 76.
Which is
we got okay.
So in other words, they plateaued and they have slowly tumbled down the plateau.
Yes, they're Jack and Jilling is where we're going with this. But one franchise that Brandon is actually really keen about. Well, Joker, but I was going with with Fast and Furious.
I am not going to play the game.
Really?
I'm not.
Fast and Furious Crossroads. It looks like a really cool like driving game.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like I got really cool driving games, and then they got repetitive, and then they did something amazing. They took the driving game and they put it in the sky and let me be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So I don't care about driving games anymore.
Okay. Well, when I saw it, I was like, oh, you know what? Brandon's really.
I was really happy to see Michelle Rodriguez and Vin Diesel there to promote it.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in seeing what they do with Fast 9, and Hobbs and Shaw 2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm mad about though? Everybody was saying the rumors were swirling like crazy that we were going to get the Batman trailer.
Yeah.
Or the announcement of what the next Batman game was going to be.
Well, we got the weird GIF.
That still doesn't count.
Thing.
No.
They were going to actually, somebody from Rocksteady was actually going to come out and be like, here's what we're working on. It's been 5-6 years, man, since Arkham Knight came out. Come on.
And I mean, really the only thing that we've got is we know that WB Montreal is working on an Arkham game. And Rocksteady's like, we're working on a game.
Yeah.
They're not saying what kind of game it is.
Rocksteady hasn't even said what it is. Now, to be fair, Rocksteady has been bought by Warner Brothers.
Right.
Yeah.
So it must be a DC game.
Right.
Or
To some
they-
capacity.
No, knowing our luck, it's going to be Harry Potter.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, right.
But
It's going to be a grim and gritty,
like dark.
Hermione.
It's like
game.
during the dark days of the Voldemort and all.
Oh no, it'll be. You know what it'll be?
You'll be a Death Eater, man.
No, you know what
Dumbledore as a kid.
No,
It'll be.
You're a Dementor.
You're.
Yes, and it's an AR game. Screw it. It's just an AR game. You just go around. You suck
Actually, you know what?
people's
I would
faces.
kind of play that. That would be kind of fun.
I probably would too.
Yeah, that would be kind of fun.
Sadly.
You're Newt Scamander during the.
Although-
It's a Fantastic Beasts game.
Sure.
Were you
and
not-
also, I got to talk like this, and you never understand me. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I was surprised with also is that we didn't get like a Spider-Man trailer or God of War or
you're.
probably a year too soon.
I was gonna
Well,
say.
I mean, we're not that far out from some of the
Yeah.
conventions and stuff that take place in early 2020.
Well, yeah, because
So-
the next player, whatever
State of play.
state of play thing from PlayStation comes out in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
Which, if they're gonna drop a Spider-Man or a God of War trailer, it'll be that.
it'll be
Yeah.
it'll be during a PlayStation specific
Yeah.
thing.
It won't be during the game.
I don't know. I kind of was hoping for it. Maybe I was like,
No, we're all hoping for it, but come on.
Whenever you heard the
I-
world
but-
premiere, I was like, oh.
But bringing it back to the MK Joker trailer, not happy.
Why
Really?
not?
Because they're all right. Look at the reveal trailers we've gotten so far. Look at Shang Tsung.
Right.
Yeah,
Look at the
the one for the Terminator.
the Terminator.
was pretty cool.
Nightwolves, Sindels. We get Jokers, and it's like there's no detail put into the costume whatsoever. It
Kind of
is
slapped
really,
together.
Yeah, it is really slapdash.
Yeah.
like
I mean, he's gonna have at least 40 skins as it is. There's got to be a better skin to use for his premiere.
The melted face, I was surprised they didn't go with like the melted, like, you see the human skin tone through the makeup.
well, the Joker that they use in Injustice, it's the comic book chemical bath Joker,
Chemical
not,
bath Joker.
not clown makeup.
You'll probably get a clown makeup skin in there somewhere.
Yeah, they
Something-
will. I guarantee
Yeah.
you, they will give you a Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. There'll be a
Joker
They'll be
skin.
walking.
There'll be a Joaquin. There'll be a Ledger. There'll be a Leto. But they'll be
These
in.
clown shoes were made for a walking.
They'll be in. They'll be Crip skin.
Yeah.
Give me Joker in the tux. Give me Joker in the Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, the
and
Hawaiian
hat.
shirt with the camera.
Yeah. Anything.
Mark
But you
Hamill,
show.
very cartoony Joker. That would be kind of fun.
I'm sorry, the actor that they have doing the voice for
I'm
the
not.
Joker
I'm not a fan of
is
the joke. Voice.
horrible. He is horrible.
It's like
I would rather have John DiMaggio back.
no.
Then-
As much as I love Hamill, and Hamill will always be my Joker. Troy Baker's is pretty good too.
Troy Baker's is really good. He does a good
but
Hamill imitation.
My favorite
That's
Joker
the
right
problem.
now. My favorite Joker right now is National Treasure Alan Tudyk. But I'll talk about that off air.
We've talked about them,
We've played them.
and now we'll show you.
The all-new Twitch channel from Geek Tank Radio is here,
Go Ready Player Geek.
where we unpack and dive into single-player story-driven games, to fighters, to multiplayer shooters, to tabletop and card games, and everything in between.
And stay up to date with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Ready Player Geek.
Check us out now at twitch.tv/ReadyPlayerGeek.
Streaming every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday night at 8 Central.
From the silver screen to your home screen.
Geek Tank Radio is on.
It worked out so well for us last season. We're going to do it again.
Second
The
version.
GTR Trailer Park.
Yeah.
Yay!
Lock and Loaded has evolved into us talking about the trailers.
I love when we call him that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to call it trailer trash, but I figured we might upset people.
Well, and some of it might be some trash, like you find in Trailer Park, and the other is pretty good, like
Yeah.
you'd find in Trailer Park. So it is, very fitting name.
Anyways, guys, what did you see this week? Andy? What was your favorite trailer for this week?
Free Guy?
Free Guy.
Yes.
Great.
Okay. Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds as an NPC in a video game who wakes up.
Like,
Which
I figured he got the glasses from They Live.
Have-
yeah,
have-
suddenly he can see everything going on.
please say
Yeah.
I'm not the only gamer in this room that kind of wants a backstory from the NPC that I keep passing by every day. Like in Assassin's Creed, primarily, this is where it started for me. When I would pass by this guy's shop, I was like, what does he do in his off day? Does he take an off day?
Why do I get the feeling that this had something to do with edibles prior to the gameplay?
Do you guys think at the end of the movie he's gonna wind up and he's gonna escape that game and go to some friendly, happy,
We already
go lucky
had
game?
that. We already had that movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that
and
was
that's called
Wreck-It
Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
Didn't see that one. Okay.
Wreck-It Ralph is a Pixar film,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
Disney, and we just found out
The
that
Free
this
Guy is Disney.
Disney.
Oh,
so,
that's right.
This is Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty edgy
Did
for
you not
Disney.
see the part at the
It
beginning where
literally
it says
at the very beginning, the studio that
They
brought you
Disney's
Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast,
no.
Lion King.
Disney's Beauty and the Beast.
Right.
Disney's Aladdin and Disney's Lion King twice.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
Could
gotcha.
Ryan Reynolds and Wreck-It Ralph because we're gonna
If we
get
do
a
not-
John C. Riley
They're gonna
and
cross over.
Yes.
We do
Yes.
not.
Yes.
No.
If
This
we do
is
not get a Wreck-It Ralph cameo,
This is the crossover that I want for this movie.
oh no.
Here we go. Buckle down.
Tron.
Ooh.
We want
Ooh.
that too bad to get it.
Yeah, I don't think. You're
I know I'm not going to get it.
I
but
think
I
Ryan Reynolds
will
loose in the
continue to
Tron
pray and
world would
hope
be a
for more
stitch,
Tron.
man.
All right, I agree.
the
Anything we can
new
get
the
for more
third
Tron.
Wreck-It Ralph movie will be called Free Ralph.
Free Ralph. And it will have Ralph and Free Guy and Tron.
Right.
Right.
Well, it'll be a
Oh,
Tron
look,
sequence.
Look,
I'm good with
Disney
it.
made a Tron ride at Disneyland Shanghai. Why the heck do I not have a third Tron movie?
A Tron sequence will be involved
Okay.
where they're trying to me on the little light bike.
On the light
we
cycles.
definitely
Yeah.
need more.
No. They'll be on real motorcycles in this one, but it will play
like a
like
Tron.
a light cycle.
Like a,
Okay.
It looks like a fun movie though.
Yeah, I think
It really does.
It really does. Something else that looks a little fun, and that's just because of all the '80s references. And I know Andy's probably not going to be excited about it either. Is Wonder Woman '84?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
it looks
yeah.
good.
No, it doesn't.
Even though from the guy that says that
Andy,
tube
just
socks
don't go.
didn't exist
Just
in the
don't
80s.
go.
I'm not going to go. It looks boring. It looks like Wonder Woman 1 over
Oh,
again. which I didn't like the first
no.
place.
You just shut your mouth and sit in the corner for the rest of this episode.
Let us.
You
enjoy
talk
things.
about how much you love Man of Steel, and that's the most boring superhero movie there ever was.
True.
That's
Go
not
sit up-
true.
It is true.
It's not. But
It's
However-
a good. I will say it's a good movie, but you can't say it's action packed and it's boring.
No, Joe and I are going to have a lot of flashbacks to
Amy loves action
1984.
movies and
Oh,
falls
yeah.
asleep
We're,
during.
we're thinking
I
about
mean,
leggings and Madonna songs.
84 was
and-
one of my favorite years. That
We
was the
both
year
had
I
hair.
graduated high school.
Oh, my
It's
God.
a it's a
right,
it's
Wait,
a
did the
cla-
Cubs win it? No, they didn't.
No.
No, the Cubs
didn't
made
win
it to
the
the
series back
playoffs.
then.
They did. Then
But-
hang on. Then the Bears went to the Super Bowl, and then
Yeah.
but it
But
was
they
just
all
a
And
great
did a
time
music
to be
video.
alive.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a
That's
great,
true.
great year.
And William
But-
the Refrigerator Perry was somehow another a superstar.
You guys aren't privy to our chat conversations because our Patreon hasn't been set up yet.
Not yet.
But soon you will be able to buy the level where you can be in on our chats.
No, Lord.
And Joe nailed it though. He goes, as soon as I saw her rolled up jacket sleeves, I knew this was going to be a good 80s.
Yeah, that's what everybody did. Michael Jackson showed the way. But no, I'm not going to argue with. I think it looks fun, regardless of
Why in the back of my head does Joe get in his car and just rock out to like Aha?
not aha.
Actually,
Duran Duran.
Yeah,
Oh,
he-
Duran. I don't apologize for that.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
Oh, yeah. He'll be
NXS. all
he'll
that
be
stuff,
rolling
yeah.
down with
Hey,
a little
guys,
bladder banging, yelling, Wild Boys. you know.
Joe sent me a playlist of music to find for him.
Yeah.
Prior to MCFC, and I swear, ever since then, I actually have a playlist on my computer now that's just that music.
Yeah.
That just. So yeah, I could get into my truck and
What's
just
it?
like rock
What's it
outside.
called? Joe's flashback.
Joe's crazy goth mix.
When
Joe's
I had hair.
Joe's tube socks.
When Joe
didn't
looked like
exist in the
MacGyver.
80s.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm going to go to my grave arguing about this. Tube socks did exist, but only the nerds wore them. We did not. Nobody that I knew was wearing tube socks in 1984, unless you were on the football.
And you
team.
had
Yeah.
the
And
three
you had to wear 'em.
bands. You
Yeah.
had like
Yeah.
the team color bands on the top of them.
We had those in the 70s. But
They had
I'm
a
sorry.
different use. Man, you had a bar of soap and a tube sock, man.
Oh, man.
Let's
There's
just
a
say
rea-
that's a different kind of movie.
There's a reason why you wore the tube socks, because you could pull that off over your shoe, pull the shoe off, and use it as a weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will say this: I like that we didn't see anything of Cheetah except for who she is. Like we didn't see her
we got-
costume.
I will.
I'm fine with
I will
that.
say this: if she better actually transform into a cheetah, because
Well,
if
we'll
she just
see.
wears a whole bunch of cheetah
No.
print or something,
From what I understand, it happens.
okay,
But I'm glad we're not seeing
No.
it. Don't give
But-
us.
but
everything.
We
yeah.
have that in Cats. We talked about that last week.
yeah.
Uh,
No. Okay,
I will say
if
this,
she
though.
transforms into a cheetah that looks like one of the cats from the Cats trailer,
Terrifying.
I'm running out of the theater.
Why? That'd be the perfect villain. It's scary.
Da, 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 da.
Now, one of the things that we off air mentioned about the trailer was, Joe was like, that sleazy motivational speaker, that's out of the 80s. And I was like, you mean Max Lord?
Yeah.
Because that's Max Lord.
That's Max Lord.
And for those of you who love The Mandalorian, that's what he looks like under the helmet because that's Pedro Pascal.
Never
not
take it
orange.
off.
No,
he might.
They had the sleazy motivational speaker. She's rolling up her sleeves, and there's a lot of action at a shopping mall. I mean, that is 80s. And then the theme music. That's New Order, right?
It was Blue Monday.
Blue Monday.
Yeah.
So I mean,
how does it feel to dream you?
But I mean,
they're taking my money.
And of course, the ultimate in fashion, Steve Trevor's fanny pack.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. He had the
yeah.
fanny pack.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Can't wait, man.
This wasn't your era.
I wish
It's
fanny
okay.
packs would come back.
there.
I'm sorry.
No, this is literally before I was not born yet in 84.
I know this is
so-
this is just not your time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Now they've got those
But you can watch this
those
movie
hip
in-
holsters that like hook to your belt and then hook to your leg and they like carry everything.
Yeah, no.
It's a fanny pack
I
on
want
the
a fanny
side.
pack.
Tell you what, the fanny pack was very handy.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I want a fanny
I
pack
had one.
back.
Andy, you can watch.
I
this
knew a guy who
movie
kept his
and realize what's
gun in
wrong
a fanny
with us.
pack. Anyway, moving on.
Another fun movie that I saw was RDJ's Doolittle.
Meh.
I don't know if that's fun so much as that's.
It looked
It
great.
looks Victorian.
It looks so good.
Meh.
It looks gritty.
Yeah,
It's not happy.
Yeah,
It's not
kinda.
sanitized. It looks Victorian and gritty.
We're gonna get
I
Andy
kinda
a
like
Mr.
that.
Negative cosplay.
Meh.
We're gonna-
I don't know,
Oh, no,
but
I'll get flamed for that.
I'll say this: Robert Downey
Probably.
Jr. just has a certain likability factor. You look at him and you just like.
You know
I like
he's a
him.
jerk,
I don't.
but you're still gonna go have a drink
I
with
just,
him.
he just looks,
I want him
I
to
don't know.
not play himself.
He can't. That is him. He is RDJ.
That's like asking Nick Cage not to play himself.
Right. Or Keanu
Yeah,
Reeves not to play
I would
himself.
love that. No, Keanu Reeves does not play himself.
Bruh.
John Wick is not even close to who Keanu Reeves is.
Oh. Hurt his dog and see.
Well, no, now he has the training to do that stuff to you
Yeah.
if you hurt his
Bruh,
dog.
now you
but
hurt my
Keanu
dog.
Reeves is actually the nicest dude on the planet.
Yeah, he's
Right.
gorgeous.
And honestly, I think.
And he's a nice guy until you hurt
you know,
his dog,
you
and
watch
then man, it's on.
you watch the first 3 John Wick movies, and when he's actually associating with people that he respects, he is still a really sweet guy.
Yeah.
It's just there's not a whole lot of those people in the movie.
Bruh.
I know it's not trailers, but how do you feel about the fact that Wick 4 and Matrix 4 are going head to head?
On the same day. We are
So
563
It is-
days from Keanu Day.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I saw somebody say something yesterday. It is release date chicken. One of them is going to move.
No,
I don't think so.
no, and I'll
Because-
tell you why. It is actually marketing brilliance, because what you're gonna get is movie back to back.
Yeah, you'll get
You'll
people
get-
who
you'll
will
get
buy
people-
if they stay on the same day. You'll get people who will buy tickets
the
to
double
both,
feature.
and they will do a double
You
feature.
will
on
do
that
the
day.
double feature, or you will do the double day. So Monday's going to be movie A, Tuesday will be movie B, and they will make the
Wait.
entire weekend of it, or whatever.
They show movies on things that aren't Thursdays or Fridays.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
We don't know that day.
We don't know anything about that.
There will be Keanu Day, and that in itself
I
is
think
the
that's-
marketability of that
Well,
day.
I think the thing that
Keanu Day.
people are not realizing is they've kind of said it with the Matrix 4. Yes, Keanu's in it. Keanu's not the lead.
Right.
Keanu's not main. It's basically going to be
Right.
Force Awakens. It's the search for Neo.
Well, it's like how Keanu.
Because hopefully he'll say something at the end of it when we see him.
It's like how Keanu's
That's
in
not my
Cyberpunk,
lightsaber.
but he's not like.
Yeah.
In. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I am
like
not.
he's in it, but he's not like in it.
I am
Right.
not the one. I mean, I'm 2, but I'm not 1.
Anyway, moving on. We also got a trailer for Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yes.
Which, come on.
That's-
The idea
man.
of Egon's grandkids.
I know it looks great.
Looks great.
I'm just kind of figuring out.
That's how you make a Ghostbusters 3. That's how it should have been done the first time, and it looks awesome.
Wait, who's
It does.
Paul Rudd in this?
Paul
The
Rudd is their
He's
teacher.
like a fan.
He's like a science
But
teacher.
he's
He's
a
like-
fanboy, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like a Ghostbusters
Okay.
Yeah.
fanboy.
He's like, oh man, you got the authentic looking.
awesome
man,
replica.
that's an awesome replica of a ghost trap.
Then wait a minute, he's looking at it going,
Uh-oh.
uh-oh.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Now, I mean, it's getting a lot of flack for that one line where he's like, "There hasn't been a ghost sighting in 30 years." Everybody who's upset about that line needs to get over it.
Why are they upset about it?
Because they feel that that's Jason Reitman slapping at the 2016. But the truth of the matter is 2016's Answer the Call did not happen in that continuity.
Right.
And we already know that Ghost Corps, which is the overall enveloped thing that Aykroyd has created, they are in a different universe. They got to cross over in the comics. Yeah. There were a lot less, insane things in the comics.
Well,
but anyway. There were Ninja Turtles.
And let's face it, this barn is out in the middle of no freaking where.
Right.
And this is not happening in New York.
And honestly,
people.
Come on. If Egon's going to hide things, he's going to do it in the middle of nowhere. And then in an abandoned well, there's the containment unit.
Yeah.
I mean,
and they're having, like, they're not on a fault. I did like that where they're experiencing, like, earthquakes and
tectonic
stuff.
Shifts, and they're nowhere near
a plate.
plates.
Yeah.
That's
good. That's good stuff.
That looks like
unlike the city we live in.
Yeah. It looks like a great, fun movie.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people who are jumping on going, man, I didn't see, I mean, where's the humor? Well, first off, if you saw the trailer for the original Ghostbusters, there's no humor.
There's no humor, yeah.
No.
But come on. That kid with the with wearing the Spectrum what did Ray call him? I don't care what he called them. Those glasses.
Yes.
And he like does the thing and the friggin' Polaroid comes out.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Dude, when she pops out the side of the Ecto-1,
you got a gunner seat.
You got a gunner seat. Yeah,
that's funny. Which
I never knew it had one of those.
We never got to see it in the movie, but we got to see it in the cartoon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the cartoon had it, and I think their reaction was so genuine in that one.
Yeah.
She's like, it has a gunner, like just that like visceral reaction where it's like, holy crap, this is awesome.
So I mean,
Grandpa left us cool
and
stuff.
Of course, seeing the Hellhound land on the hood of the car.
Then they get to destroy like Oxford, Mississippi, or Hernando, Mississippi, or one of those small town, like town square kind of things is great.
Yeah. Dude, the Ecto-1 driving through like the
cornfield,
the high grass and the cornfield and stuff. Like that's just cool, man.
It's just it looks fun and it doesn't look like it's gonna slap you in the face.
As someone who's actually driven a vehicle through a cornfield, let me tell you, it's awesome.
Okay.
That story is much later.
Yeah.
Well, can we get to that? Since we kind of breached the creepy, I think we need to talk about the eerie creepy.
Of course, we got a new trailer for The Grudge.
Yikes!
Soft reboot, remake, sequel. We don't know exactly what it is.
It's a TV series, right? It's not a.
Is it a TV series?
Yeah, it's a TV series.
No.
It's not a movie. It's a TV series.
I don't know. I think it's a movie because I think it's set in theaters.
That's
they
terrifying.
Bought extra slime.
Now,
really terrifying one that is going to make it on TV, but not here in the States. That's for sure. Is the new BBC's Dracula?
No, but it'll be in BBC America soon enough. I mean,
I'll have to go in safe harbor time after 10 p.m.
Well, a lot of good stuff on the BBC.
Right, you're right. It's a film. My bad.
No, it's cool because we were watching so many trailers. They all kind of started to run together. We did see a trailer though for a TV series.
We were a little Clockwork Orange.
The second season of Miracle Workers with Daniel Radcliffe and Steve Buscemi.
Oh yeah, that looked good. Monty Python modern.
Very modern Monty Python.
I'm cheering.
Alan was so excited about that.
Wait, there's 2 seasons of this?
Yeah, the first season I told you. Steve Buscemi was God. He was going to destroy Earth because why not? And Daniel Radcliffe played an angel in the in the answered prayers area, which I mean they're tiny things, but he's got to find a way to make humanity savable. And
that's what this is.
That's the first season was. Second season is the Dark Ages because each season is going to be a different story with the same cast.
But they're angels.
Not in the second season. They were in the first season.
It's the same cast, but.
That's okay.
So there's a show, this show
style like called Touched by an Angel. I mean,
no,
it's like Monty Python, but
the first season was very. They were trying to prove that
humanity
was worth saving by getting these 2 people who had sent prayers that went in the unanswerable category because they were interested in one another. But they didn't know how to, they were nerdy people. They didn't know how to respond to each other. So the angels were trying to get them together to prove to God that humanity's worth saving.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right.
That has nothing to do with this other than the fact that
it's
the same cast.
Yeah.
And they're going to go do another movie together.
Right.
No, this is not continuity in between the seasons.
Yeah.
And Alan said it.
It's like American Horror Story where you have a lot of the same cast and no connection each season.
Yeah.
Which you probably still have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's okay. But I do like what Daniel Radcliffe's doing. He's staying away from the blockbusters and just doing these really unique
Swiss Army Man.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh gosh, that was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Joe, have you seen Swiss Army Man?
No.
Dude,
you need to.
Dude, I cried.
It is
laughing.
your type of humor.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'll watch it.
Oh my gosh. The speedboat scene. Oh my gosh. I literally
just
cried.
the constant flatulence.
Oh,
Okay.
it's so funny, dude.
Speaking of constant flatulence, what's up?
But
That's all we're looking at.
And then constant flatulence would be a good name for a band too. Honestly. So.
All right, Andy Dwyer.
Geek Tank Radio energized by
Dark Oak Press and Media, an indie publisher and media provider offering everything from Alice in Memphis to mystery to young adult and everything in between. Get the latest at darkoakpress.com.
More below and on 1019kissfm.com. Keyword Geek Tank. They don't do reviews. But that doesn't mean they won't tell you about everything they watch. The Geek Patrol is on Geek Tank Radio.
Okay, we're just going to get this out of the way right now. Andy hated the Smallville thing.
Yes, I did.
You hated the Smallville thing, which you're the only person who has said anything negative about the Smallville
That's
thing.
not true.
That is true. Because
No, it's not.
that's true. That's right. Yellow Flash didn't like it either.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't even know who that is, but
He's one of those random YouTubers who feels the need to scream and yell about the fact that he's a comic skater.
okay.
You know.
Okay, I love the fact that they gave Tom Welling a cameo. I love the fact that Erica Durance was in it because I loved Smallville. I grew up watching Smallville. Like, season 1 was 2001. Clark was 14. I was 14 in 2001.
Scene was written by don't just leave it that. Scene was written by an OG Smallville writer.
Yeah.
You know? All the love to Smallville.
My problem was Smallville had 10 seasons on the air. 10 seasons of teaching Clark why it's important to be Superman. His powers are necessary. The world needs him. All that other crap. And then he just gives it up?
Because he
understands
it's
that.
very much on brand with his character through the entire arc, even towards the end, that when it comes down to it, if you know that the world is in good hands, you can
go home.
You can give up your powers in order to have something with someone.
Right.
Because there was just as much lessons in that series about the importance of family during the good seasons.
I'm just going to put this out there. It's been iterated many times, many ways. It's the power of love.
Oh, Jesus.
Go home.
That's going to be stuck in my head the rest of the day, you bastard.
Don't need money, don't need God, don't need a credit card.
I now hate the Smallville scene because I'm going to always associate it with Brody singing Power of Love. I mean, and of course, you also have to think about the seasons, 11, 12, and 13 in comics, which are still considered part of the canon, where he trained new heroes and brought people in to help.
Well, so that's on this iteration of Crisis, the CW Crisis. I was interested to see all of the players come together in their own way. Obviously, we've had it before in their other crossover events.
I want to take a moment real quick before we get into the meat of this whole thing, though, to all you people who didn't like Superman Returns.
No.
I know what y'all can do.
They can go home, too.
Yeah.
Because Brandon Routh's Superman is amazing.
I just, knowing that he was going to be playing Superman again in this, I went back and watched Superman Returns, which I loved.
Yeah.
I loved almost every aspect of that movie. The only thing I did not love about it is the fact that, dude, you got Cal Penn and he doesn't have a speaking role at all, and you let that guy, who's one of Lex's thugs talk. Yeah. No.
Yeah. No.
Well,
Cal Penn should have had that role.
Well, yeah. I think every role in this CW Crisis, CW, everybody kept their true to form. The writers, all props to them, because I think the continuity, and this is what I love about the CW verse, is that the continuity has stayed the same.
Right.
Whenever you get a crossover, it feels like every time you get a crossover, somebody tries to be something that they're not. Like Batwoman tries to be more than what she has become in the show and everything like that. But that's not the case here. In the case here, it's like everybody is just true to form who they've been, and now are puzzle pieced into this Arrowverse or Flashverse, whatever you want to call it.
Well, I know that they had to go. They had to take liberties. A
little
and
bit.
everything, but.
You mean with the original Crisis?
Well, no. I mean in general, because you've only got so much that you can work with.
Right.
And I know.
And the shows are about different characters
like,
than.
Yeah.
Because it's great that you have all these like cameos and stuff that are coming in, but
Alexander Knox right there at the beginning.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you want to make sure that the crossover is still about the characters,
right?
About whom the shows are about.
Yeah. And of course, right off the bat, like I said, one of the first things we see is Earth 89.
Yeah.
Gotham City.
Yep.
And
Danny Elfman.
Yeah. Robert Wool as Alexander Knox sitting on the bench reading a paper that talks about the Batman fighting the Joker, and he puts the thing down and he goes, realizes the skies are turning red and the signal's up, and he's like, I hope you're watching, big guy. It's like, okay, that very much seems like something hokey that Alexander Knox would have said.
Right. In the 89 Batman.
Right.
Being able to see the Titans without a blue filter, even if I only saw Jason Todd and Hawk.
Doesn't matter. It was cool, right?
It was cool to see them outside. It's definitely without a blue filter.
Yeah.
But you can also tell that it's definitely pre-season 2 because of the way season 2 worked out. But I loved the opening to episode 3 with Huntress from Birds of Prey and Oracle coming across her her earpiece. But yeah, the cameos have been great. Now we get into the meat of the story. I think the person who's killing it most is the actress who plays Lila Michaels, or Lila Diggle at this point, who playing Harbinger.
Mm-hmm. Which I've always loved her character in Arrowverse. I thought she's always been like one of those like grounding characters whenever she's in the scene, like, because Diggle has always gone off and kind of done his own thing and whatever. But she's like that constant anchor for him.
Yeah, she's the thing that keeps him grounded when it's all said and done.
Right.
And all she has to do is say Johnny, and he's like, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
But to see her with powers and working for the Monitor,
or the,
we've gotten through episode 3, the Anti-Monitor.
Yeah.
Which if you've read Crisis, you know that Harbinger,
Harbinger.
Yeah, she go bad.
Yeah.
Harbinger.
Watching John Cryer, as much as I would have loved to have seen Rosenbaum show up for the Smallville scene, Rosenbaum's Lex was redeemable.
Yeah,
from the get-go. Every time you turn around, even when he did his worst things, you knew he was redeemable. Cryer's Lex is not.
That's the one thing I was going to bring up and ask you guys. What's one cameo that you kind of wish we would see in this Crisis? Like, what's one...
Henry Cavill.
Do what?
Henry Cavill.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't want Cavill in there because I don't need Andy losing his...
his mind over it.
Oh, no.
This is the best thing.
He's a very attractive man, and even though we are straight males, we have a little bit of
we can appreciate.
We got a moistness for Henry Cavill. We
can appreciate.
And the two of us doing that in the same room is a bad thing.
Yeah, it is a bad thing. We're not watching The Witcher in the same place.
No,
we're
not. We're gonna fanboy enough when
there's gonna be a lot of pause.
It's like we're gonna be texting us like, "Did you watch episode 3 yet?
He's so dreamy.
God, he's so good." No.
Henry Cavill.
I went back and watched The Tudors recently. Just 'cause.
Yes.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill's Superman. What would that though have done to?
It would be overpowering.
I think so too.
I think
it would have diminished.
If you did a DCEU cameo.
If they were going to do one, it should have either been Ezra Miller, or Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot would have been cool.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Gal Gadot, but I don't want Ezra Miller.
I think Gal Gadot would have had more.
If one made sense for the story, it would have been the Flash.
But we got enough Flash in this as it is, and
it's all about.
And the fact we're getting Reverse Flash in the second half, I would have. I'm sorry, it's going to be Cavill. As far as DCEU, I want Cavill. I want Cavill, or I want Jay Hernandez as Diablo.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Oh gosh,
I got
best character in Suicide Squad.
I got mad love for Diablo. I mean, it just.
Which would be cool because they are
bringing, if we want to go, you could afford Jai Courtney.
Well, they are going to do this Suicide Squad 2.
Yeah.
And what's great PR and promo than attaching your name to what is a good fan service that is CW show.
Well, I mean, and we've but my cameo, I got it in the episode 3 when Lucifer showed up.
Yeah, it's pretty cool
to watch Tom Ellis and Matt Ryan back and forth, and when Lucifer calls him John Constantine, which is how it's pronounced in the Hellblazer comics, because he corrects people all the time, and then to have Constantine correct him the other way for the TV show, and he's just I don't care.
Yeah.
Lucifer, he's on Earth 666. It's pre his series. It's at he still runs Lux as a.
Do you think that surprised some fans that went? I didn't even know that was connected.
Well, no, everybody knew that it was happening. He even lied to people and was like, "No, I'm not doing it," and then he did it.
Yeah, he did it.
I was also very happy to see.
Lucifer of him.
I was very happy to see Jefferson Pierce show up. Because the only reason we've never gotten the crossover with Black Lightning and the Arrowverse shows is because it films in Atlanta while the rest of them are filming in Vancouver.
Right,
and I think their schedules are like butt up against one another.
Right. They're too close in scheduling. So yeah, I thought Black Lightning actually getting him involved with some of the stuff. It was like, oh hey, finally.
Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, Kevin Conroy playing the broken, angry, given up on humanity Batman. I was not expecting. I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't happy about it.
You don't have to be happy about it. It's because
that means it was good.
Because it's not animated series Batman. It's a perversion of the Kingdom Come Batman.
Which, by the way,
but isn't that Earth 89 though? That's supposed to be the 89 Batman, isn't it?
No.
Did I get that confused?
Yes.
I thought that was supposed to be the extension of the Batman Returns.
No, it's
Batman.
It was not it's Earth 90 something. That actually lives in a perpetual future. But it was not what anybody expected. We were expecting, him to be able to be heroic, and he wasn't.
Right.
But again, you would have had to gotten rid of Luke Fox and brought in Terry McGinnis if you want the savior, Batman Beyond.
Yeah. Well, and I think it would have taken away from the shows that are currently the CW DC shows, and that was you have Batwoman already.
Yeah.
And that's her role. She's supposed.
Well, yeah, but I mean, with him being, it's seeing as how they can. I mean, outside of Kingdom Come Superman, Brandon Routh, Clark Kent, the paragons of have all been DC based characters, DC verse based characters.
Sure.
So it was
Arrowverse based characters.
Arrowverse based characters. Which the introduction of Ryan Choi, I was very happy about that. Since Routh is wrapping up his Ray Palmer storyline in
Ralph Macchio,
right?
Yeah, Brandon Routh. Not Ralph Macchio. That's Cobra Kai. We'll talk about that when season 3 debuts.
Will we though?
Yes, we will, because that's still the best thing that YouTube's ever put out. Is Cobra
Kai. I do think though that Crisis. Where do they go from here though? Okay, because we get part 2 after the new year.
Where we're at now, there's literally only 7 people left in the entire multiverse.
No. Currently, they're at the vanishing point, but they'll step out into the beginning of time, which is where the Monitor or the Anti-Monitor is going to create the antimatter universe.
And it's Kara, Batwoman, Lex Luthor, who else?
The Atom,
Ryan Choi,
Atom,
yeah.
Martian Manhunter, Sarah Lance. And why
can't we remember the 7th person?
It's whoever's on Monitor duty.
I don't know.
It's not Oracle.
No. Why can't we remember this?
I don't know.
Oh.
But part 2 picks up
in January.
In January, after the new year.
Yeah. Which, January 14th, Arrow and Legends airing back-to-back to finish it up in a 2-hour event.
Which, do you feel like that's kind of a cop-out because we've had like 3 weeks of this,
Well, it's kind of like the publishing of the issues of Crisis.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They got through the major part, and then there was like a break, and you're like, what?
Dun, dun, dun.
I will say, I hope they end this the same way that Crisis ends.
Well, from what
what
I've seen is that everybody's really excited because it will do a great fan service to the people who enjoy.
The thing that we need before this is over is we need Superboy Prime.
Well, what does this open up for? Like, where do they go from here? That's my question. Like, after Crisis, do they just revamp
Hyper Time, Final Night? There's a ton of different things.
In the comics, like after Crisis on Infinite Earths, they had one world.
Yeah.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, now we get like all the Flashes put together, and they're all going to be just bumping into each other.
No. You had
one Flash.
Wally West.
You had Wally West. He was the Flash.
So
because Barry Allen died.
Barry Allen's dead.
But
Barry Allen isn't dead. 90s, Earth 90, Barry Allen took his place.
Oh, I see.
And he vanished in Crisis, which means that instead of getting a Wally West as the Flash on New Earth, we'll get Barry Allen or Grant Gustin.
Because I do love Grant Gustin.
Vibe's got his powers back, so he's gonna be Vibe. We won't have to breach worlds to get Kara back.
Yay!
Because her and Black Lightning are the only ones who are actually on other Earths.
Right.
Right. If it wasn't confirmed prior to, it was definitely confirmed in Crisis that Batwoman's Gotham is in Earth 1.
Earth 1, right.
Which doesn't exist anymore either. There are no, all the worlds have been ended. The multiverse is gone. But before this, we need Superboy Prime.
Who would that be?
I say you get the same kid who's playing Superboy on Titans. He didn't have enough to do, and that season's over.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of...
You just got to put him in, because, we know it's not, we know that Tyler Hoechlin's not going to be going behind the wall because he's getting the show.
This is done filming, though.
Yeah.
Because I saw Steve Amell doing a whole bunch
I guarantee you, because they announced so many cameos that were going to be... They announced that Kevin Conroy was in it. They announced Tom Welling was going to be in it. They announced Brandon Routh was going to be Superman. They announced, essentially, that Lucifer was going to be in it, even though they kind of backtracked on it later.
It's like...
I guarantee you there are going to be people in this crossover that we have no idea that they filmed.
We are not expecting.
Cool. I'm not mad at this. This is awesome.
No, that's cool. I want
it. The thing is it's not beyond scope that you may end up seeing clips from DC feature films that are just when you see the world merging.
This is the kind of stuff that we only get on like Hulu or Netflix, but this is on network TV. Like this is the kind of stuff that's like awesome. Like,
so how gargantuan do you expect Stephen Amell's Spectre to be?
I hope that he's as big as he should be.
Which is huge.
Which is massive.
And it's going to be gorgeous.
Like Galactus size huge.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
But, I like the idea that
old beautiful man.
This will allow Stephen Amell to always have a place in the crossovers, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Because while Oliver Queen may be dead, Oliver Queen becoming the Spectre in lieu of Hal Jordan becoming the Spectre, in Final Night in the comics, I could see. I mean, he's run 7 seasons on Batman storylines.
Yeah,
let him have some Green Lantern storylines.
Sure.
Green Lantern would be awesome.
Well, we know
everybody's been saying that should be Diggle.
We know that we're getting a Green Lantern core series on DC Universe.
Yay!
Everybody says it should be Diggle because everything's alluded to Diggle getting the ring in the in all the crossovers.
Shoot, they've been talking about that ring.
They've been mentioning it, and now the Spartan suit has green lights in the helmet. It's
Yeah.
There's your nod.
It's pretty much. We've seen the trailer for Stargirl, which Luke Wilson and Joel McHale are in the pilot. So I'm digging that.
I like Joel McHale.
I like Joel McHale and I like Luke Wilson. Joel McHale was actually my first pick for Deadpool. Because,
yeah.
His wit is more out there.
Although I'm not mad
Ryan
Reynolds.
Sorry, I'm having some issues from other articles I'm reading. But Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool is the slapsticky fun Deadpool. McHale's would have been the X-Force foil Deadpool, which I've got a soft spot in my heart for. Anyways, guys, January 14th, the following season of Geek Tank, we will finish up our Crisis wrap-up. And now we're going to go see what Joe thinks about bananas being taped to walls.
Geek Tank Radio energized by
Dark Oak Press and Media, an indie publisher and media provider offering everything from Alice in Memphis to mystery to young adult and everything in between. Get the latest at darkoakpress.com.
More below and on 1019kissfm.com. Keyword Geek Tank. If you can nerd out to it, they're talking about it. This is Geek Tank Radio.
Well, everybody has seen that banana duct taped to a wall at an art gallery, right?
I saw it got eaten.
Well, I mean, okay.
Seriously, Joe, I think we're going to have that at MCFC 2020. Is who can best duct tape a banana to the wall?
Think of how many cosplays. You just wear a white suit with
a banana tape to you.
That's awesome. You get a white suit, banana tape to your chest.
Yeah. So if you haven't,
I know
seen
what I'm wearing to Anime Blues Remix.
Yeah. It's called The Comedian. It's in the Miami's art gallery. It's by artist Maruzio Catalan, whatever, and it's sold for $120,000. But you know, people were coming by taking their picture with it. You know, there's art up on the wall. There's and then you're going through this gallery, and then all of a sudden you come to this white wall with a banana taped to it, and it sort of got me thinking about stuff. Like,
I love the fact that bananas got you thinking.
Well, I mean, so this is a debate. I don't even think it's a debate. It's a philosophical discussion of, okay, either everything is art or maybe
nothing.
Well, for one thing, how do you even define art? And does it cheapen it if somebody like
what
me
is
could
air?
just make, yeah, you know what I mean?
What
or
are blue?
Is art just the ultimate? You know, the guys this guy made $120,000 for a banana and some duct tape.
I'm sorry, but anybody who spent $120,000, I'm not saying they're stupid, but they're the kind of person who asks you when you tell them to spell orange, they go, the fruit or the color.
Yeah. Well, but somehow
there's something to be said about a fool and his money.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but so I guess I was going to throw that out there. Like, do you guys think?
Well, in my opinion, I don't get upset at the artists like creating art. Okay, I don't get upset at that at all. No. Like, this guy taped a banana, and he knew that there were stupid enough people out there to pay him a stupid load of money for a banana taped to the damn wall. Okay. I don't think there's a problem with that guy. I think there's a problem with the people who sit there and contemplate the banana taped to the wall. Like, it's going to tell them something. Are you kidding me?
But here's the thing.
It's just like, and hang on. That's just as bad
you
as
have triggered Brody. Wow.
No, and
he is serious. I'm
telling you, there's a problem right now with not just the artists, but the people contemplating the beauty of art. And that is, you look at the music industry. Okay? Mm-hmm. And while there's no problem with sampling somebody's work, we just call them cover artists. We don't call them artists.
Right.
Okay? And however, that's not being looked at as being quote unquote art today. That's being looked at as being, oh, what a great creator. Are you kidding me? That's called a sample. You're a cover artist.
Well, I want to take a few steps back on what you were saying about the people who were contemplating the banana taped to the wall. The artist, what was his name again, Joe?
Maria, I don't know. Whatever.
All right, so the artist actually explained to the people what this means. So he took that bit of contemplation that comes with all art.
But they just stare and look at it.
Because it's not, me and Joe.
That was my pet peeve. You don't tell somebody what the symbolism is.
Me and Joe have talked about this
before.
Everybody
should make up their own mind about it.
You see what, when it comes to art, you see what you see.
A blank wall.
All right. See, it's kind of like, it's like the art teacher or the literature teacher telling you why the guy uses, why he symbolized the curtains by saying they were blue.
That's the same thing as saying.
And then the author will come back and go,
It was just blue.
they're
That
just
has
blue.
just blue, man.
That has been one of the greatest frustrations of my life as a college, both student and instructor,
Right.
was when I was teaching and I would have students who would come to me and say, like, well, my literature professor just gave us this great piece of literature from God knows when. And they want us to try to find the theme. Like, what was the author trying to say? And I'm going, the author was trying to say that bench was sitting in that park. Not that the bench had some great magical
Well,
That's
okay,
what people
but you look
ascribe
at-
to.
you look
But
at-
if you find symbolism, and that's cool.
But you
I think
find-
that's
but
great.
Look
as a
at
reader
music.
if you
Look at
find
the
it.
lyrics in music. Everybody's like, "Oh, what did that song mean? Who are they talking about? Does it matter?"
No, because art means something to you.
Exactly.
So when a teacher steps up and tells you what the art means, it officially stops being art to you.
Right.
No matter how great the
I
creator
agree.
was. I mean, I've read Alan's books, and if Alan came back and told me that, what his book, what Galen actually was about, other than a perverted vampire, I would say, no, dude, it's just
You actually missed.
I know. It's like,
But see that
it's a smutty vampire, man.
Well, sort of.
But
But I don't want you to explain to me what you meant.
Notice I didn't try.
I know.
But is a banana duct taped to a wall a bad thing? I actually think it's kind of a good thing. I mean, it's
I think
sort
it
of
just shows the idiocracy of where quote unquote art has gotten, because that's not.
I got a bag of oranges.
I mean,
somebody
granted,
get me a gallon.
Granted, it's my opinion that that's
No.
not art, but
Well, no, I'm completely on the opposite end. I think that if you duct taped a banana to a wall and people find symbolism, you've created art.
I got in trouble for that as a 3-year-old.
And that just means that your parents were
You're
narrow-minded.
just bitter. That's
Your
all.
parents,
Because we're going to duct tape you to a
your-
wall later.
Your
and we're
parents
gonna
saw
put
the
up an auction.
symbolism of you being a horrible child.
Or,
yeah.
just throw this out there, they didn't see it as marketable.
Well, his parents, that's probably.
No, that'd have been my family.
Because I got in trouble as a kid for Jackson Pollocks that I put all over the
Yeah.
walls
Oh, yeah.
of my
There you go.
parents' house.
I
You're
have-
going to sit here and tell me
I
that
have-
dude threw paint at a
I have-
canvas and
no,
was
no.
worth that much money?
I have a theory on Jackson Pollock.
Oh.
He was walking up and he was just holding the thing of paint. He sneezed. It went all over the place. He got pissed. He threw more at it and then realized, I bet somebody will buy that.
So my question was going to be, I think art is actually what art actually is in the universe, or in a metaphysical way, is the conversation about that piece. Like that's like the conversation around the pieta or
I mean, I don't
a
think
banana
I mean,
taped to it.
that's exactly, like, most people will tell you that art exists for the purpose of generating conversation.
Right.
Right.
If you create something, if you're a creative person, which most of us in here are, and you create something and it's powerful enough in one way or another to cause people to have a conversation about it,
Like
as
we're doing now.
right now,
Right.
then you have made art.
the first conversation I ever had about a piece of art was, and it sparked from the Indiana Jones, the tapestries in the hall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And I never understood, as a kid, I never understood what a tapestry was. Like that was like above my pay grade.
It's a
you know?
rug on a
Yeah.
wall.
It's a
Right,
rug on the wall.
Well, that's what my dad said. He goes, "It's a rug on the wall," and I was like, "Well, why is there a rug on the wall?" He goes, "Because you're going to ask about why is there a rug on the wall."
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
that to me was the first time that we've ever had a conversation about art as being a conversation starter.
Well,
why is there a rug on the wall?
Right.
That it
All I know
also
is
kept that stone wall from being so cold in the room.
Right, but
It had a practical purpose as well. But if you're going to have to sit there and stare at a rug on a wall,
Yeah, might
you
as well make it look good.
pretty.
Yeah.
the tapestries.
But all I know is that, it leads to the conversation that anything and everything can be art,
Yeah.
except for the Irishman.
Yeah.
But I'll talk about that
Oh, that's a different shot, man.
The birds.
in a later episode this season.
You need a tapestry.
We've talked about them,
We've played them.
and now we'll show you.
The all-new Twitch channel from Geek Tank Radio is here,
Go Ready Player Geek.
where we unpack and dive into single-player story-driven games, to fighters, to multiplayer shooters, to tabletop and card games, and everything in between.
And stay up to date with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Ready Player Geek.
Check us out now at twitch.tv/ReadyPlayerGeek.
Streaming every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday night at 8 Central.
You might not find their picture in the dictionary, but they're the true definition of geek. Geek Tank Radio is on.
Hey, Andy.
Yeah, get the microphone.
Get your mic, Andy.
Dive for the mic,
All right.
Andy. Dive for the mic.
So Andy, how's it feel to be right? I mean, it's not often.
Yeah, it happens so rarely that it's really nice, to be honest.
But
he looks
think
all
back.
tingly.
Think back about a month or so back.
Yeah.
On Geek Tank Radio, we tried to explain to people that with Figgy taking over all of Marvel Creative, there was going to be some casualties.
Yes.
You know, and those casualties happened to work for Marvel TV.
Yes.
Marvel TV has just been folded into Marvel Studios, and pretty much there's not a whole lot of people who are out of work, but there are a lot of people out of work.
Yep.
Most of the studio, most of the crew for Marvel TV are gone, and Jeff Loeb has been fired.
Yes.
Mr. Showrunner or an executive producer on all the things from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Carter, the Netflix shows, Runaways, Cloak and Dagger. He no longer is working for Marvel.
Was he a writer only, or was he
No.
he was
He hasn't actually been a writer on a TV series since I think Heroes. He's an executive producer. He's creative consultant, and across the board, oversaw. He was basically the Kevin Feige of Marvel TV. And while he's the one who originally promised us connectivity, and then kind of we didn't get it.
Yeah.
As much as he wanted, he tried. And
What was
You're
dumb
talking
about it
with
was
the
that,
universe, the MCU.
Right.
Yeah, what was
Okay.
dumb about it was that you had stuff that was clearly connected, like Agent Carter.
Yeah.
And then you had stuff that was like you questioned whether, like Daredevil, like the Netflix stuff. And you looked at it and you went, well, obviously all the Netflix stuff is connected together.
Yeah.
And they made a tenuous mention of like the Battle of New York or something in the first season of Daredevil. And then after that you went, huh.
But we're also supposed to believe that everything that happened from the first episode of Daredevil to the last episode of Jessica Jones season 3, we're supposed to believe all that happened between the Battle of New York and the snap.
Yeah.
No. That's the continuity timeline. Everything happened in the snap.
I know we're supposed to believe that. I'm saying bull honky.
Well, yeah. Well, it's kind of like,
it never felt like it was part of that universe.
Well, but I mean, we knew that these things were connected because, you'd hear things about like, the Chitauri invasion.
Yeah.
Or which they only referred to as the invasion. And that's why Daredevil was able to get his brownstone so cheap because it was damaged.
Yeah, right, yes.
And it had a horrible view, but he didn't care.
Right.
All I know is that, now, the storylines that we've seen that everybody was like, well, I'm sure they'll pick this up and, whatever, and they'll discuss. No, Kevin Feige's pretty much said that stuff, it happened over yonder, and any connection, it's multiverse connection.
Yeah, yonder is now not over here.
As of now, Marvel TV, which has been folded into Marvel Studios, is going to focus strictly on the Disney Plus stuff.
Right.
Which means that the third season of Runaways that just dropped is
the final
season.
season.
The final season of Runaways.
Well, they've already talked about that, though.
Well, it's been alluded to, but I mean, it was like, it's one of the best rated shows on Hulu.
That's weird because I swear I saw an ad for it the other day that said the final season of Runaways.
Oh, they may be saying it now that it's official because Kevin Feige is destroying anything he didn't touch.
Well, that's what you get with a dictator.
Yeah, pretty much. And we're not saying that the movies are bad.
Yes, we are.
No. We're not saying that in this. We're just saying that one guy in control of all of Marvel's continuity, and that's publishing and movies, TV, video games, everything else, is too much. Great power, great responsibility, and we know he ain't got that.
Very true.
Is there a selling point going to be?
He made sure that the Spider-Man movies he worked on, they never said it.
But is the selling point going to be that everything is interconnected? Because I feel
no,
like
the
that
selling
limits
point
your
is going to be
stories.
the selling point is going to be that everything is controlled by Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
No, I'm asking: is he pitching this as? Is that supposed to be the big hook for Marvel?
They're wanting to streamline all of Marvel so that you can basically say you have to watch this, you have to get that in order to understand what's fixing to happen.
Which is going to burn out your audience.
That's why I'm kind of not.
We found out in what he was talking about with Doctor Strange coming up that we figured Multiverse of Madness is going to connect to WandaVision, but apparently it's going to have a lot more to do with Loki.
Yeah, basically what he's saying is you have to watch the Disney Plus stuff
in order to understand what's going to be going on in the next
Which
phase
means
of the
you also have to
MCU.
watch this stuff in order to know what's going to go on in the comics.
Yes.
Because he's going to streamline everything there. Which means that all you guys who are in love with Hickman's X-Men stuff, get prepared because Disney ain't going to put that on the air.
Nope.
That's going to end. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, to me, it feels like it's going to creatively block a lot of things, too. I mean, you don't
It
get
will.
that
Absolutely
latitude
will.
to do things like with DC, with like with the Joker movie, or
Well,
just
and the thing with DC Comics is that, you know, we know that, you know, be it Infinite Worlds or you know, timelines or just what if or stuff like that, you know, you can always go and tell those weird stories. Marvel What If, the only way you're going to be able to tell those stories apparently now is going to be in cartoon form.
Well, what was funny about it was that we used to joke for years about how Marvel didn't have such a thing as continuity.
Yeah, if
you would just if you wanted to do
reset things.
Well, no, not even that. They would just flat out ignore stuff.
It's like, you know,
if you wanted to tell an X-Men story where Wolverine hadn't died yet and he died for the 4th time, it didn't matter. You just put him in the book.
Yeah, I mean that's always that's been our biggest thing is that we always joked around about. It's like you're reading an X-Men comic, and all of a sudden Colossus is there beating the crap out of the Brood, and you're like, Colossus just sacrificed himself two issues back
2 months ago
to
Colossus,
destroy a virus that was killing mutants. He sacrificed himself to end this. Did nobody let the guy who's writing X-Force know that?
Yeah.
So nothing has any importance.
Years.
I mean,
but now
you got 4 Spider-Man books going on at one time, and none of them connect until there's a crossover, and then all the storylines connect.
Yeah.
And then vanish again after that crossover.
So we're kind of getting essentially a whiplash back now,
because
where all Marvel's going to have is continuity, but the problem is that stifles the possibility of creative.
And it's also going to be
both.
the cinematic universe continuity, which means that means
it's going to be garbage.
These things that you've grown up on, you know, Carol Danvers has a great history well before she became Captain Marvel.
That's
all
beautiful
gone.
history well before she became
They've written
Captain
that away.
Marvel.
That does not exist anymore.
Yeah, no, she's been Captain Marvel pretty much from day one.
Yeah.
And that's infuriating.
Because her time as Miss Marvel and Warbird are some of the, you know, during the times of some of the best Avengers stories ever.
She is my favorite female superhero. And the fact that they are wiping away anything before she put on the Captain Marvel suit infuriates me.
Meaning, okay, so in the comics, are they just all doing a reset all at once?
Pretty much.
Is this going to be another event?
They did an event that started earlier this year that was basically rewriting Marvel history, and it's, you know, what is it? Cosmic Ghost Rider is doing it, or something.
Cosmic Ghost Rider, which is Frank Castle.
Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Does he know how to write anything?
He wrote a war journal. Of course, he knows how to write things.
Well,
anyways, hopefully, you know, this isn't the last we've seen of Jeff Loeb though in TV.
Oh no!
You know, I'm sure that Sony or DC is going to slam in and pick him up.
He's getting picked up.
You know, there's so much out there.
DC will probably pick him up. Jeff Loeb has way more history at DC,
especially
than he does at Marvel.
I could see him being an executive producer on the new Superman and Lois show.
Yeah,
or maybe even Stargirl, just to poke at, you know, Jeff Johns.
Although
we're gonna leave that alone.
Nope.
Geek Tank Radio, energized by
Darko Press and Media, an indie publisher and media provider offering everything from Alice in Memphis to mystery to young adult and everything in between. Get the latest at darkopress.com.
More below and on 1019kissfm.com. Keyword Geek Tank. There's always those stories that defy labels. Thankfully, there's the GTR Random Roundup.
So we're in Sophia, North Carolina.
Actually, a beautiful part of the country. I've been there.
Sounds good.
Where a 37-year-old woman,
promising,
ran to her neighbor's house,
right,
to tell him that she had just escaped an attempted kidnapping.
Oh my gosh!
Oh.
Terrifying.
Then she allegedly took advantage of the Good Samaritan's kindness and stole his truck. Before leading the police on a high-speed chase.
Oh, it gets better. The gift keeps giving.
Yeah. So upon hearing this woman's story, the man let her sit in his truck to warm up while he called 911. Then she stole the truck, which was spotted by deputies who responded to the man's 911 call.
This is brilliant.
It's like instant karma.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, if I needed a ride somewhere, or even if I needed a...
Was she trying to go somewhere? She just needed a ride?
No, she was... Okay, so she ran up to the dude's house.
Right.
And I said neighbor, but it doesn't actually say whether or not they were
she
neighbors,
actually
but,
lived there.
She ran up to the dude's house, banged on the door. He comes out. She says, some guys just tried to kidnap me. I managed to get away.
Right. So he's like freaking out. He's like,
so
oh my
he's
gosh.
like, oh God. Okay, so he puts her in his truck.
Right.
To like warm her up because I assume it's probably cold.
Well, it's North
And he's
Carolina.
probably he's definitely not going to let her in his house because what if they come back?
Right.
And then while she's sitting in the truck and he's presumably inside the house on the phone with 911, she steals his truck.
No.
Oh, and then this was where?
Sophia, North Carolina.
Sophia, North Carolina. I'm gonna jump a few miles away from it.
Okay.
We're gonna go to Shelby, North Carolina.
Two North Carolina.
Yeah, I got two
back to back.
Now, and mine revolves around the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office. And,
I would say that North Carolina is trying to put itself in the running for Florida.
They have sunshine laws,
but
they do have a sunshine law.
But no, it's not.
No,
it's not even close.
No. These are much smarter criminals.
Oh.
So, we just had one of the largest U.S. currency seizures in Cleveland County history.
Hey.
Approximately $3 million in cash was recovered from barrels of raw pork shoulder. Deputies became suspicious of a truck when a canine alerted to the trailer. Now,
Of course it did.
Of course, it's like
dog was after the pork
there's
shoulder.
meat.
Oh, meat.
Yeah.
Meat. So of course they go through the meat and they find $3 million in cash in plastic bags.
Nobody's gonna find this cash. Where'd you hide it, George? Well, I hid it in the meat.
These are guys who have been collecting drug money throughout the region as they're headed to Mexico. It's like
Perfect. Now I'm hungry. Go cook up some of that meat.
oh my.
You got it, boss.
All right. Now, Alan, as someone who has dealt with meat all your life, you know how. You know what it's like to have to like
dispose
of raw
right,
pork.
yeah.
Yeah, how fresh was this stuff? That was my question.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a picture,
That's pretty
and
fresh.
it looks like it could still be salvageable.
Was it inside the meat, or was it just like a barrel with meat on
No.
top?
The cash was wrapped in plastic,
Yeah.
and then in with the meat.
Sounds like kind of an amateur move, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well-
hide it in sewage or something that nobody's going to touch. You
Gross,
know, or
Joe.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm just saying.
All right.
Yeah.
Mostly dogs do not alert to money.
Yeah.
So something had to be on the money.
Well, drugs. It's drug money, so of course there's
samples of
yeah.
Can they sniff through plastic like
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
They can sniff
There's-
through like cars.
Have you
Wow,
ever
okay.
seen a drug dog, at the airport when
No.
it finds something?
They're
Oh,
so
yeah.
cool, man.
That is
Oh,
so
yeah.
cool.
It's so cool. They're like,
You know,
hey, Daddy, I found it.
it's like and they start kind of like making noise, but it's not a bark.
Yeah.
They're
It's
like
they're
a
going,
happy puppy
it's like,
noise.
Hey, they got it over here.
That's pretty impressive.
Everything's cool, man. Everything's cool. It's like they get the contact high.
Brandon, I didn't want to derail this, but I don't ever hear this. In Superman, all of his senses are heightened. Well, he must have a heightened sense of smell, right?
He does.
He does.
If he does, what is his life like? I mean,
All I know is that
he
his
would
life
smell.
his life has changed immensely since he's become a father.
I just imagine the poor guy.
The baby pooped. How can you tell? No, the baby pooped.
Well, there's a stale dumpster like 50 miles away, and for him, that would be fresh. And I don't know that.
Dude, I don't know what Kryptonians eat. That may be.
Yeah, that might be
Poor
a delicacy.
Superman.
I think
mean,
they covered that in the Transylvania hotel with the poor wolf man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After 900 puppies, do you think this thing still works?
Okay. Yeah. Smell.
Well,
okay.
let's
Smell of it.
wander off to California.
Okay.
Let's think happier thoughts.
Yeah.
Because winemakers in California have a whole new slant on their product.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah. I'm worried.
It's expensive. It's going to be like $120 to $400 for a half bottle of weed wine.
Oh, I've seen this. Yeah.
Wait, is it what we think it is?
Yeah, it's cannabis.
Yes. If you have your medical marijuana license, you can purchase marijuana-infused wines.
Does it mean they just add that into
THC.
What kind of wine are they starting with?
It's bong water and wine.
Yeah, it doesn't sound all that impressive to me.
Gross.
I thought the whole thing with wine is it's a fermented something from a particular fruit, like,
It is.
like grape or peach or something. So
Well, you can make wine from a variety of things, but mostly grapes.
it sounds like a cop out, man.
Yeah, but,
Just dumping stuff in. I could do that. If I could do it, it's
I'm
not.
just trying to figure out how to get this license.
not wine.
Joe's requirement here is very low. If I can do it, anybody, it's not that.
That should offend your culinary sensibilities.
It's
Alan.
not even
I mean,
wine. It's really just bottles full of vape juice.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. So I
Because
mean,
we got it on a vape juice.
wait, are you happy about this, Alan? Or are you
I
going
don't
to
know.
try
I
some?
was looking at it and I just went, wow,
I think it'd be-
California, here they go.
I think it'd be incredibly gross.
It sounds like the pumpkin spice craze, only a different.
You know what?
I think you just nailed it, Joe.
I think, Alan, I think it sounds incredibly gross. They need to send me a couple bottles, and I'll be happy to test it for them.
There you go.
Do you like that's unbelievable?
That was
Okay,
unbelievable.
good.
I'm good with that.
Well, here I'm going to ship off to New Jersey, where it's a different load of crap.
All
right. And I'm going to talk about cows.
Oh,
there we go.
All right. In particular, 5 group of cows: Carol, Holly, Mary, Noel, and Mariah Dairy.
You have the name.
You have
Mariah Dairy.
Okay. Anyway, those 5 lovely holiday-themed cows were outfitted with custom festive sweaters. Yes, it's cows wearing ugly Christmas sweaters.
Cows and
That's a lot of yarn there.
Man,
Oh my
they're
God.
size tent. To quote the farmer, "We love Christmas at the farm. If I had it my way, we'd play Christmas carols from October all the way to December. This year, we took the opportunity to, quote, cast off an all-new look for the girls to help get into the festive spirit in creating matching Christmas jumpers."
Wait, are they brave?
How do you
jumpers?
dress
I was
a
gonna say-
cow?
Well, look, there's a video of it, and they're rocking
There's
it.
got to be a seam or
It's
Velcro
just
somewhere.
frightening.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, you know what it kind of looks like? You know those big blankets that they put over them? It kind of looks like that, but they put sleeves on them.
it's more like a cow throw.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting their legs through it's the tricky part. But
You think dressing a 3-year-old's bad?
Well, I mean, this
Trying to
guy's
get those
talking.
little
This guy's
hooves
talking
through
about
them
playing
sleeves.
carols from October to December. He just needs to come down to Memphis.
That's what I'm saying.
We've got like 4 radio stations that do that.
They literally did
none
that
of them are
on Christmas on Halloween. They started playing Christmas. Anyway, they are very cartoon character-esque, the cows, because they're not wearing pants. However, they are wearing the shirt. So
it's adorable.
I mean, it's cold up in New Jersey. They're probably enjoying these sweaters, right?
But are they wearing those sweaters that just got pulled off of Walmart.com?
Oh,
no, they're not. They are. There's no writing on them. Clearly, it's just design. But yay, happy cows, which means maybe we're gonna get some happy cheese. You know, I guess that whole line of happy cows make happy.
Cows make happy cheese.
Brody, you left out the
But
best part of
that's
that
out of
report,
California.
though. The awful puns. Did you see those at the end of the article? You didn't make it that far.
I didn't make it that far.
Oh.
They needed to coordinate their ensemble,
Oh.
and they said once they finished the sweaters, they thought they were the cream of the crop. Pretty bad. That's probably why you skipped it. Never mind.
No, he
Bad
just didn't
choice.
make it there, and now he knows them, and he's going to punish you for it.
Okay. Anyway, well, hey,
Wet
let's
noodles.
go all the way back across to California, back to L.A. So, this isn't. This story's mildly interesting because I'm in a constant battle with squirrels.
Right.
But this this home security system caught a picture.
I feel like that statement completely invalidates anything that Joe ever says on our show.
In
That
what
he's
way,
in
sir? What do you
Constant
mean?
battle with squirrels.
Well, we just
No,
we just
pretty
wrote
much,
our new
you know.
live comic book thing where Joe's going to be playing a superhero, and the main villain's a squirrel.
Oh, Andy, wait till
Oh,
you're
that's
a
a good point.
homeowner and squirrels are trying to invade. You'll have a whole new appreciation for it. So yeah, they are not the cute little whatever.
By the way, my squirrels
They're
are very
evil.
aggressive. They throw acorns at us whenever we leave.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and so I've taking.
They're furry little jerks.
Man.
Yeah. Well, this jerk, he was stealing a package from an Amazon package.
Oh.
Drug it off into the bushes, and but it was all captured on the front porch surveillance system, which that's mostly what I was interested in. Have you guys? They need to start a YouTube channel with just the things that we see,
from Ring
through front porch, through Ring and everything.
I
These
can
things are
send
great,
you links
man.
to those videos. They're not exactly what you want to see.
No.
Oh, really?
There's someone slapped ham. There's some over at Chills. There's top 15s. They're disturbing.
Yeah, there's some that people are licking the.
My favorite one though is. Did you see the thing about the new pillows that the guy bought for his?
Yeah.
And the new pillows are printed with the pictures of the guy who stole his old pillows.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like, there's all sorts of things happening outside your home that you never knew about until now. There's rat. Didn't you tell me, Alan? There was one with a rat crawling up the front door, like in the middle of the
Getting
night.
into the attic, eating the Halloween decorations.
I saw one where these two moose were fighting on some guy's
that was a
driveway.
good one.
That was cool. I don't know if that was a porch camera, but man, these cameras, we're seeing
honestly,
nature.
I think that Ring or Nest needs to send us a couple of them to put on our houses so we can test them out and put on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, all right. Well, you've heard it, Ring. Send us the cameras, and
we'll be providing content.
Okay. Well, I hope we provided content today. I feel like we did. Intellectual, stimulating, bizarre,
bananas,
and, nauseating.
All antonyms for what we do.
So
he used the big word.
People are going to look that up. What does that mean?
Well, I can't.
What?
I can't come up with a better word for antonym, so let's just quit while we're ahead. So until next week, we are the Geek Patrol, and I am Joe Thorderson.
I'm Brody.
I'm Alan.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Brandon, reminding you to check in with us next season when we completely ruin the Rise of Skywalker.
Geek Tank Radio. More below and on 1019kissfm.com. Keyword Geek Tank.